Ava Carter was just a girl starting high school and she couldn't wait to conquer it. She wasn't popular, nor was she a misfit. She was just an average student loved by her parents and her small circle of friends. Life was relatively simple for Ava. She had no real enemies except for one boy, Noah Becker. She hated him with everything in her. Their feud began back in middle school, a silly incident that spiraled out of control. It all started when Noah pulled her hair during recess and called her stuck up. Ava, never one to back down, retaliated by pouring dirty water on him. What should have been a minor altercation turned into a full-blown war when Noah spread a cruel rumor that Ava wets the bed. It spread like wildfire and even her friends looked at her differently. That day, her hatred for Noah Becker was set in stone. "I hate you so much," she had said to him, her face red with fury, but Noah only smirked and walked away. Now, as Ava prepared for her first day at Mason High, she was determined to leave all that behind. High school was going to be her fresh start. She woke up early, dressed in her carefully chosen outfit, and stared at her reflection in the mirror. Today was the day she'd leave middle school drama behind and begin her high school journey with a clean slate. Mason High was everything she had dreamed of, big, bright, and full of possibilities. The cheerleaders looked like they walked straight out of a magazine, their perfect smiles and high ponytails making Ava's jaw drop. The jocks swaggered down the halls, effortlessly handsome. One of them even winked at her, and her cheeks burned as her imagination ran wild. Lost in her daydream, she was jolted back to reality when someone shoved her from behind. She spun around, ready to give the offender a piece of her mind, but froze when she saw who it was. Noah Becker. "Watch out, Ava Banana," he said, smirking as he walked past her. She clenched her fists, her blood boiling. He hated that nickname. He hated him. But something else caught her attention. Noah looked different. Over the summer, he had grown taller, his hair was longer but neatly styled, and his jawline was sharper. For a split second, she almost didn't recognize him. But then he smirked again, and any fleeting thought of him looking good vanished. Her first class was math, and as luck would have it, Noah was in that class too. Ava groaned inwardly. Ignoring him was going to be impossible. She walked in and found her seat near the middle of the classroom. Just as she sat down, a wet, cold sensation spread across the back of her skirt. Her heart sank. The sound of Noah's laughter filled the room. Ava jumped up, mortified, and looked down to see water on the chair. Before she could even process what had happened, Noah's voice rang out. "Ava, did you pee yourself?" he shouted, and the entire class erupted into laughter. Her face burned with humiliation. She scanned the room looking for something, anything, to make him stop. Her eyes landed on her calculus textbook. Without thinking, she grabbed it and flung it at him. It hit him square on the head with a loud thud. The room fell silent as Noah staggered, clutching his forehead. Blood started trickling down, and Ava's anger immediately turned to panic. "Oh no," she whispered. Before she could do anything, the principal walked in. Both Ava and Noah were hauled to the office, where they were given a stern lecture about appropriate behavior. Noah ended up with a bandage on his forehead and a week's worth of detention. Part of Ava felt guilty. She hadn't meant to hurt him that badly, but she wasn't about to apologize. For a while, Noah laid off. He didn't prank her, and he stopped calling her names in public, though he still muttered "Ava Banana" under his breath whenever they passed in the hall. Life settled into a rhythm, and Ava started to enjoy high school. She joined a study group, made new friends, and slowly became more confident. Months later, something happened that she never expected. Leo Adams, one of the most popular boys in school, asked her out. Ava could barely believe it. Leo was charming, athletic, and had a smile that made every girl in school swoon. When he approached her by her locker, her heart raced. "Hey Ava," he said, leaning casually against the lockers. "I was wondering if you'd like to go out with me this weekend?" Ava blinked, unsure if she had heard him right. "Me?" Leo chuckled. "Yay. So what do you say?" She stammered out a yes, her face glowing red. As he walked away, she felt like she was floating. By the end of the day, everyone was talking about it. Rumors spread like wildfire, and Ava found herself at the center of attention for the first time. Noah heard the news too, and for some reason it bothered him. The next day, he cornered Ava by her locker. "What's this I hear about you going on a date with Leo?" he asked, his tone sharper than usual. Ava raised an eyebrow. "Why do you care?" "I'm just saying, are you sure this guy actually likes you?" Her jaw dropped. "What is that supposed to mean?" "Of course he likes me. That's why he asked me out." Noah shrugged, crossing his arms. "I doubt it. Why are you even bothering me about this?" "It's none of your business who I go out with," Ava snapped. "Fine. Do what you want," Noah said, walking away. Ava stood there, stunned. For the first time in years, they had managed to have a conversation without yelling or name-calling. She couldn't figure out why Noah seemed so irritated, and it left her feeling unsettled. Friday arrived, the long-anticipated day of Ava's date with Leo. After school, Ava's friends went to her house to help her get ready. Her room was a flurry of excitement as they debated outfits, fixed her hair, and made sure she looked perfect. By the time they were done, Ava was dressed in a cute floral dress, her hair neatly styled and her makeup soft and glowing. "You look so pretty," one of her friends gushed, spinning Ava around. At exactly 7 p.m., Leo arrived, honking his car horn from the driveway. Ava's heart raced as she grabbed her purse and ran out the door, her parents waving goodbye. Leo greeted her with a charming smile and opened the car door for her, a gentlemanly gesture that made her blush. They went bowling first, where Ava surprised herself by scoring a few strikes, much to Leo's amusement. They talked about school, sports, and the upcoming football games as they played. Afterward, they headed to a cozy pizza place for dinner. The night felt like a dream. Leo was sweet, funny, and attentive. When Ava shivered from the evening chill, Leo took off his varsity jacket and draped it over her shoulders. Ava thought to herself, "Leo is such a gentleman. I think I really like him." At 9 p.m. he drove her home. When they reached her house, Leo walked her to the door and gave her a small smile before saying goodbye. Ava floated inside, giddy with excitement. She spent the rest of the evening telling her friends all about the date, replaying every little detail in her mind. Meanwhile, in his bedroom, Noah paced back and forth. He couldn't stop wondering how Ava's date went. He felt restless and frustrated, though he couldn't pinpoint exactly why. "Why do I even care?" he muttered to himself. "Maybe it's because I'm used to her being around," he thought, brushing the feeling aside. On Monday morning, Noah arrived at school earlier than usual. He lingered near the entrance, pretending to scroll through his phone, but in reality he was watching for Ava. When she finally arrived, her face lit up as she greeted Leo and they hugged. Noah felt a sharp pang in his chest. He didn't know why, but seeing them together made him see red. During class change, he couldn't hold back. He deliberately bumped into Ava's shoulder as they passed each other in the hallway. "You," Ava said, glaring at him. "Noah, don't start. I'm in a good mood." "Why? Because you've got a boyfriend now?" Noah sneered. Ava stopped, turned to him, and raised an eyebrow. "Why? Are you jealous?" Noah looked taken aback, then scoffed. "Jealous? Get your brain out of the gutter, Ava. I don't have bad taste like Leo." He scanned her from head to toe with a smirk, then walked away. Ava fumed, her fists clenched. Why does he always have to ruin everything? But deep down, she couldn't ignore the slight sting from his words. Weeks passed, and life at Mason High became a whirlwind of activity. Noah joined the football team, and Ava barely saw him anymore as both were caught up in their own schedules. At first, Ava didn't mind. After all, no Noah meant no trouble. But as time went on, she couldn't help but notice his absence. Something felt off. Meanwhile, Noah was wrestling with his feelings. When he first heard about Ava dating Leo, his heart broke. It hit him like a ton of bricks. He liked her. Maybe it started years ago, the first time he pulled her hair in middle school. He remembered how he had kept her scrunchie after that incident, unable to bring himself to throw it away. He had denied his feelings for so long, but now it was undeniable. The realization was painful because he knew Ava hated him. It's impossible, he thought. She'd never feel the same. One Friday evening, as Noah headed to the locker room to grab his things, he overheard a group of seniors talking. "So, Leo, are you gonna win the bet or not?" one of them asked, laughing. Leo smirked. "Oh, I'm close. Ava's almost there. Just give me a little more time." The room erupted into whistles and cheers. "Well, you better hurry up. We're all counting on you," another boy said. Noah's blood boiled. Without thinking, he stormed into the locker room and grabbed Leo by the collar. "You bet on Ava," he growled, his voice trembling with rage. "What the hell is your problem, Becker?" Leo spat, shoving him back. "You," Noah said, his voice low and menacing. "How dare you treat her like some kind of game?" Before Leo could respond, Noah punched him, knocking him to the ground. He didn't stop there, landing blow after blow until the other teammates pulled him away. "Stay away from her," Noah snarled. "If you ever go near her again, you'll regret it." That weekend, Leo broke up with Ava without explanation. Heartbroken and confused, Ava couldn't understand what had gone wrong. When she heard the rumors about Noah fighting Leo, everything clicked. She was furious. "How dare he interfere with my relationship?" she thought. The next day, she marched up to Noah in the hallway and slapped him across the face. "This time, your pranks have gone too far," she shouted. "Why did you slap me?" Noah asked, stunned. "Ava, what prank? Don't act dumb. I know you're the reason Leo broke up with me." Noah's face hardened. "Yeah, I am. At least that stupid boy did something right. Right?" Ava's voice cracked as tears streamed down her face. "Noah, I liked him so much and you ruined everything. Congratulations, you've won." She turned and ran off before he could say another word. Noah felt terrible. He hadn't thought things through. He was only trying to protect her, but she had misunderstood his intentions. Days passed and Ava treated him like he didn't exist. Noah couldn't blame her, but it hurt more than he cared to admit. On Friday, he was at football practice when he saw Ava approaching him. "Can I talk to you?" she asked hesitantly. "Okay," Noah replied, wiping the sweat from his brow. "I'm sorry," Ava said, her voice soft, "for slapping you and saying all those things." "Why now?" Noah asked, confused. "I found out the truth," Ava admitted. "Leo, he bet on me. Sarah's sister, who's a cheerleader, told me everything." Noah's heart clenched. He could see the pain in her eyes as she continued. "I feel so stupid. To think I was going to give myself to him." Her voice broke and tears began to fall. Noah pulled her into a hug, holding her tightly. "You're not stupid, Ava. You're the smartest person I know." Ava laughed through her tears. "Is that a compliment from the great Noah Becker?" "Yes," Noah said, his voice sincere. He pulled back slightly, looking into her eyes. "And you're so beautiful." Ava's breath hitched. She pulled away quickly, mumbling a goodbye before running off, her heart racing. She couldn't stop thinking about the way Noah had looked at her. The weekend passed, and on Monday, Ava heard a rumor that Noah had asked out a new girl, Lenny, the pretty new transfer student. She tried to brush it off, but when she saw them laughing together, jealousy burned in her chest. That evening, her sister found her crying in her room. "You're jealous," her sister pointed out. "No, I'm not," Ava protested. "Yes, you are," her sister said, smirking. "Face it, Ava. You're in love with him." The realization hit her like a truck. "I'm in love with Noah Becker. My enemy. Of all people." The next day, Noah stopped Ava in the hallway. "Hey, can we talk?" Ava rolled her eyes. "What do you want, Noah?" He grabbed her hand and led her behind the school building. "What's wrong? Did I do something?" "You," Ava said, her voice trembling. "You're what's wrong?" Noah frowned. "What do you mean?" Before she could lose her nerve, Ava stood on her tiptoes and kissed him. Noah froze, shocked. Embarrassed, Ava pulled back and tried to run, but he caught her by the wrist. This time, Noah kissed her back, pouring all his feelings into it. When they finally pulled apart, they both whispered at the same time, "I love you." From that day on, their relationship blossomed. They still teased each other with pranks, but now they were cute and playful rather than hostile. Their banter became a language of love, and they couldn't imagine life without each other.